Hi there, this is James from D2L, and I'm here today to tell you about a lot of the new advancements we've made in Brightspace to make this platform really excellent for managing your professional development and learning in your college, university, K-12 district, or school board. You might already be familiar with all of the great things that you can do with Brightspace. It's an excellent platform for managing the content and creating content and curating content for your courses, as well as managing student achievement against learning outcomes. It's also really great for innovative scenarios like video assessment and doing peer evaluation on those video assignments. And it looks really great on any mobile device you happen to be using. But let's dig into the things that we've done to make it even better for professional development and learning. So within Brightspace now, we have two new links that you'll see. There's a manager dashboard, which lets me see, as Emily Valens here, the people who I'm responsible for directly within my college in this case. I have these 5 people that report to me, and you can see there's even teams of people below, right? So Dennis and Shirley here are also managers of their respective teams within the institution. And what I can do here is I can assign learning to these people in this organization. So let's say I wanted to assign new learning for everybody in my team. And let's say the scenario is that I really want to up-level the staff here on delivering their courses in an online context. So I could select everybody here and then click on Assign Courses and then do a search for all of the courses that we have in our system. And we can see here we have a course on teaching online the basics. And this is the course that I want all of my staff to do in order to level them up, right, to deliver the content and courses even more effectively to our student base. Hit Next. It gives me confirmation that it's going to be assigning this course to 5 users. I confirm the assignment, and the system goes off and automatically enrolls all of these people into that particular course. Later, I can go back and see all the different courses that people on my team are assigned to. We can see we have a Brightspace Tips and Tricks course where 1 of 2 people are complete. I can click on that and see precisely who's in progress and who's completed. So I can see Joe here is already still working on the course, and Robert has completed it a few days ago. So as a manager, this gives me a lot of really simple tools to quickly assign learning to the people on my team and see whether or not they're getting things done and completing the courses. The other set of new functionality in Brightspace is targeted at people who are responsible for learning and development in general inside of a college or a university or a K-12 district or school board. And these are people who might not have direct reports, but they are definitely responsible for creating and implementing learning programs, professional development programs across the entire institution. And we have some interesting tools for them, and we call this learning groups. And what this allows you to do is to create dynamic groups of individuals. And it's dynamic because the membership in the group can be controlled by attributes about the users in the system. So for example, we have a group here with 29 members that's called New Faculty and Staff. And so the membership of this group is driven by a rule based on the start date of these people within the institution. We can set up rules for people who start between January and March, let's say, and put them to their own group and then assign interesting onboarding courses and different types of learning that's really needed and required for new staff. We have another group here that's based on health and safety. So this is where you might do some of your compliance type training and assign that to people. And just like in the manager dashboard, we can look at who's in the group and what courses are assigned to that group. In this case, there aren't any yet. But let's look at what it's like to actually assign a course. So we can assign to this group. We can look up, let's say we needed them to up-level on accessibility and how to make sure that the institution is meeting all the accessibility standards required. And so we can make sure all these people run through that particular course. You search it, you add it, you confirm the assignment, and done. And now the system's going to go off and automatically assign this accessibility course to anybody who's in this health and safety committee. The really powerful piece here is that since the membership of this group is based on a rule, as you add people to the group, they're automatically assigned the learning that I've assigned to the group. So it's a single setup of creating your group and setting up that logic, and then very, very easily adding of courses, and you're making sure you get that confidence as a learning and development manager that all the right people are being assigned the right learning within your organization. And let's have a look at what the experience is like to create a new group. So let's add a new group, hit that button, we'll call it Math. faculty. The group is automatically created. And I can do a number of things. I can add administrators so that if I wanted to delegate responsibility to this group to somebody else on my team, I could do that. But the powerful features here is how we manage the group membership. So let's dig in here and edit the membership. We want to create a new rule. So this is a group that's intended to represent everybody in your institution who teaches math. So if we add the rule, we can set the condition here. We can look at primary subject in this case, type in mathematics, and you can see it's automatically going to match 2 users. This is a small institution. So there's 2 math teachers, but I didn't have to know specifically who they are because the membership's based on this dynamic rule. I hit next, I create the rule, and now my group is created. This dynamic group of everybody who has a primary subject of mathematics. I also have the option of manually adding people as well. So if there's specific individuals that I want to add by name to this dynamic group, I can do that as well. I hit done. And the last step here is to actually assign courses. Now, let's say that I want everybody who's teaching math to also be up-leveling on teaching online and putting more of their curriculum and content and assignments in an online environment. So I can search for online and I can add them. Let's say they need to move up to the advanced techniques level, assign that course, confirm the assignment, and we're done. So that's how simple it was for me to create a dynamic group of everybody in my math faculty and assign a particular course to them and automatically enrolls them in it. As time goes on, I can return to this page and see the status of how Diane and Lois here are progressing against the course. I can see whether they've started, whether they're in progress, or whether or not they're complete. And that's just how easy it is to do really powerful things to up-level your staff within your school. So now that we've seen how these 2 new features work, and how they can be used to really improve your professional development and learning programs within your institution. You can also maybe see some of the other nice values. If you're already using Brightspace for your student learning within your organization, you can see that you will also be able to get a nice benefit of lower training costs because it's the same platform that you're going to use for your students that you'll use for your professional development as well. The nice follow-on value from that is that once you have the teachers and instructors using it both as an instructor and also as a student, it really helps the teachers and instructors build empathy with their students with respect to the student experience with the platform, which is just going to lead to a much more richer experience and more knowledge and empathy for the teacher. And at the end of the day, what's really driving us here is really helping institutions build a really good professional development program for their instructors and teachers because we know that it's really likely this is going to lead to a much more engaged instructor, which can lead to a much more engaged student, which really is going to lead to much more improved student outcomes in the long run as well. And those are the things that really drive us here at D2L.